Hey guys, today I have a matching Maytag Bravos washer and electric dryer, and I've got this one set up. You can see it's filling up with water now. Hopefully you can see that there. Water's coming in. So I've got it set here medium soil level, and what this is going to designate is how long the machine agitates. It doesn't really designate how much water it's going to use. Here under wash temp, I've got it set to cool, and you've got some different options there. We're doing the deep water wash setting. That's the one I like. I like full submersion on my clothes. And then extra rinse, we've got that set to off. Fabric softener. The difference here is if you have this on, what you're going to get is a full submersion on the rinse instead of the spray rinse, which saves a little bit of water. Still does as good a job, but this will allow that fabric softener really to work in. Same kind of thing, I kind of set that to on and allow more of that full submersion to work through. But it's filling up now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back once it's all the way filled up, show you that it agitates, then show you that as it moves through its cycle, the drain works, and then it has a nice, fast, smooth final spin cycle when we get to it. Then when the clothes are all done, we'll move them over to the dryer and show you that the dryer is working perfectly. Kind of as if you were standing here yourself checking it out, you get to see that everything works. So when you get it home, plug it in, you'll be good to go. That's how I like to spend my money when I shop around. So whenever I sell something, I put a video up so you can see everything works. So we'll allow this to fill up here and we'll come back. Alright, we switched over to the wash cycle, and it might stop and add a little bit more water, but pretty much down there you can see on the edges we have just about full submersion. And how this works is it vortexes the clothes from the side up the middle, and then the clothes coming out the middle will end up on the side, and it just continues in that vortexing pattern. So the clothes are agitating amongst themselves and also being pushed along and agitated along the plate on the bottom through the soapy water. So it's kind of the same concept as a front load washer, how those clothes fall on themselves over and over again. That is how they agitate. So this is very similar, but you get the plate on the bottom too. So it does a pretty good job washing those up. And like I said, I like the deep water fill, but it's moving those right along just great. I also don't hardly use any soap at all, just a cap of bleach actually when I run these test loads. So it'll probably be a lot soapier for you when you're at home washing them up. But there again, that's also why I like this fabric softener. I don't use fabric softener, but I turn that switch on so that you get a little bit deeper rinse cycle as well. So yeah, doing great. And then you can see in here, sounds great. It's nice and quiet. These new machines are really quiet. And that's going to be it for the wash cycle. We'll let it move through to the rinse cycle. All right, we're switching out of the wash cycle into the rinse cycle. It's draining that water out right now. Draining there nice and fast. And then from here, it's going to spin to extract the soapy water. Then it's going to fill back up with fresh water for the rinse cycle. And once it's done agitating for a bit there, we will be on to the final spin cycle. All right, our washer is in the rinse cycle now. Just about full submersion on the rinse cycle. And we've got our electric dryer pulled up here, matching set, like I said. These are both in like new condition. Hardly any use on them at all. But we're gonna allow this washer to, like I said, move through the spin cycle, and then we'll throw those clothes over here into the electric dryer. But you can see this one here also very little use. Both of them clean top to bottom. All right, we're coming up to full speed on the spin cycle. Obviously you can see how fast that's moving. Super fast. That's why it's so important to make sure when you get this in place, you put a level on here and make sure it's level front to back, side to side. And then once you've done that, you want to go around to all four of the feet with a pair of pliers and kind of give them a half turn, or just until each one of them are snug, so that this thing can spin as fast as it possibly can with the least amount of vibration or wobble or noises or anything like that. But as you can see, nice, smooth, super fast operation. of cycling that drain on and off as it extracts more water out. The huge benefit to these spinning that fast is those clothes are going to come out really light, which is going to cut our drying time in half. So I'll let that finish up and we'll move those clothes over to the dryer. I'm going to go ahead and while it's finishing up, I've got to try to save a little time here today. We're going to set this, that's a signal. You've got a signal so you can make it as loud as you want. And that's great to be able to turn that off if you don't want it on. We're going to turn the heat on high, time dry. You've got sensor dry, so that's an automatic setting. You have the wrinkle control for 60 minutes. Oh, and also 120 minutes. That's awesome. That allows you plenty of time to get back to fold those clothes. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna run and then it'll shut off for 10 minutes, then it'll run for 5, shut off for 10, run for 5, all the way for that 120 mark or the 60-minute mark. Like I said, gives you time to get back before the wrinkles set in to fold everything. You just push to start. You've got your lint trap right here. You wanna make sure that's clean and cleaned out before each and every load. And I'm going to show you that it's heating like it's supposed to. So right in between those two red dots, takes a surface temperature measurement. So 67 degrees on top of the dryer, 64 on the concrete floor. Then we switch hands. And I'm going to show you, we'll open this up. Everything's spinning here. We've got nice hot coming out of that heating element there. Looks like I do need to put a new light bulb, so I'll do that before it leaves here. And let's see, plenty of heat coming out of there. So what that's going to do is that is going to heat the inside of your dryer anywhere between 95 and 195. Just kind of depends on what your heat setting's at up there. But as you can see, plenty of heat coming out of the heating element tube. The air is going to circulate and it goes right out here where the lint trap catches it, and it goes down and out the back of your dryer. But it's nice and quiet, just like the washer. So that's both of them running side by side. Minimal noise, which is great. And that's gonna be it, guys. Like I said, I gotta save a little bit of time this morning. It's pretty early still, but I'll go ahead and get these listed up for sale. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out, and I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks. You guys have a great day.